What's up, everyone? Welcome to EDC Fanatics. If you're new here and interested in knives, EDC gear, and firearms that are of high quality but affordable, definitely hit the subscribe button so you will not miss weekly videos of unboxings, reviews, and testing of all kinds of EDC gear, knives, firearms, and everything of the sort. You will not want to miss it. Alright, with that being said, let's get into the purpose of today's video. That being the Bench Made Bugout Mini. Alright, so I know this knife has been talked about a lot. It's probably this knife is not going to be new to anybody. I'm not really expecting very many people at all to watch this video and go, oh, I've never heard of this knife. It's quite common. So of course, about a year ago, I had to get one. I decided to do a video about this knife in particular because there's a lot of controversy over it. I've seen a lot of criticism to Benchmade about this knife, and we're going to get into why that is in this video. So, to do an overall review of the knife, it is made out of CPM S30V steel for the blade. That is a high-end steel. I do not have a complaint about what type of metal they picked for the blade. We'll go ahead and show this action real quick. There's no spring assist on it at all. So that's kind of a pro or con, depending who you are and what you prefer. But the action's really, really smooth on it. I'll even show you for the left hand. It's very ambidextrous in that sense. That's really nice. The overall weight of it, this thing is so light. That's why I personally carry this if I'm wearing like nicer khakis. Like let's say you have like really a suit on or something. This knife's really nice for that. Nice for that because it is so light. I have other knives that are 9 inches long and 100% stainless steel, so they're rather heavy. I'd much rather wear this. The blade length is 2.75 inches long. That's a little bit small. I like carrying 3.25 or right around there, but not really any complaints. It's certainly big enough to do everything you're gonna need your pocket knife to do. It's a drop point blade. That's probably my favorite, and probably most of the knives I carry and own are drop point. Now, the handle here, I think, is where a lot of the complaints come into play. This is a polymer handle. Essentially, by that I mean plastic. You can see I can literally pinch this handle. That does not reassure me that this is very strong. I know it's Benchmade. I love Benchmade knives. I think pretty much everyone would say they like Benchmade knives. Not everyone would say they like the price of Benchmade knives. Usually it can be justified with the fact of, back to the blade, it is an S30V blade. That is a high-end metal. This is not D2, it's not 1095, like it's a high-end blade. So like I said, no complaints on the blade, but you're gonna put a high-end blade on a piece of plastic. And I'm sure there's better polymer than others. You can say, well, I bet the buttstock of your AR, I bet that's polymer. Like, yes, it is. I get some of the arguments. However, Benchmade is just, when I want to pay for a Benchmade, I want to see a metal to this tier, and I want to see it, at least an aluminum handle. That is my main criticism for this knife. And I feel that it's justified because, for example, Kershaw makes a knife called the Kershaw Blur. It is the same metal, and it's an aluminum handle. So the price of materials is higher on the Kershaw, and I'm sure you know which one costs more. It's not the Kershaw. Now, to Benchmade's defense, I'm sure you get this knife's sharper. I'm sure there is features about this knife. I'm sure the action's better on this knife. I'm sure most things are better on this knife. However, the Kershaw Blur, as I was saying, is $89.99. This knife is $162. So that's about a $73 difference. So you're telling me that something about this Benchmade is $73 better than that Kershaw, and the Kershaw has more expensive materials simply because we all know metal costs more than plastic. I really, really hate to criticize Benchmade. This is probably the only Benchmade knife I've ever heard of or had that I would have anything to criticize, but I just don't understand the plastic. One thing I would like to differentiate that some people may not know, this is the Bugout Mini. So you can see, I think it's plenty big enough for just like an EDC pocket carry knife. But this is, as I said, the Mini, so they have a regular size. The regular size, I believe the blade is about a whole inch bigger, but that one is 190, guys. So, I mean, you're looking at a $200 pocket knife. You get it, and part of it's plastic. I'm just not a fan of that. I don't see why. I mean, I classify this as going cheap on the handle. It simply for the materials. I don't care how well the rest of the knife is built. And then of course they do have an aluminum or even better than that upgrade for the regular full size, but then your price jumps to $270. I think they should be able to create this knife with this blade with an aluminum handle at the $160 price range. If I'm going to receive plastic, I feel like I should pay maybe about $100, $105. So kind of point being, part of what you're paying for this knife, I feel especially it really shows, is you're paying for this little thing right here that says Bench Made. And you know, sometimes you do need to pay for the brand. Like Nike, for example. Nike's expensive. Everybody knows Nike is expensive, but some people feel that Nike do make the best quality clothes, shorts, shoes, whatever you may like, but you're going to pay for it. But you're okay with it because it's Nike and you feel it's high quality. Maybe it's the most comfortable for you, whatever. But for this knife, I feel like you're paying for Bench Made, and from this point and on, you're getting really high quality, high material. But then from this point and on, I feel like you're getting a plastic handle. If this knife was like $95, let's say, you know, even $105, maybe $110. This could have been like, hey, like this is our real budget knife. You can be on a budget and you can still get a Bench Made. That would make more sense to me. But $162 for the Mini and a minimum of $190 for the regular size, and yeah, it's a plastic handle. That's just I don't agree with that at all. But yeah, I really hate to criticize it. I love Bench Made, love their action on all their pocket knives, love the blades, the metal they use. Clips are always really good. And you know, while I'm sitting here just roasting this piece of plastic of a handle, it's never failed me. But I mean, why would I try and cut something wood or something really heavy duty for, like, if I really need to cut through a piece of wood, or if I'm doing anything more than like cutting a zip tie? And I certainly expect more than cutting a zip tie out of my knives for any single one I carry, whether it's $15 or $165. But yeah, if you have different opinions about this knives, I'd be really happy to hear it in the comments. I kind of enjoy that it's a little bit of a controversial knife. I'm sure lots of people have gotten it, love it, and end up not having anything wrong with it. I'm not saying that I think I'm going to use this one day and the plastic is just going to flat out snap in my hands. While I obviously presume that has a higher possibility than if this was alloy or stainless steel, it's just a concern to me. I do not carry this unless I need my lightest pocket knife. I will give it that. This is my lightest pocket knife. So maybe that could appeal to you if you want a really high metal or a high quality metal like an S30V. I would certainly recommend the blade. But I don't know, let's say you're a attorney or you're an accountant or something where you really dress up pretty much every day. You can't have a stainless steel knife that really shows. You need something super slim, super light. This could even go on for your suit jacket on the inside pocket. It's that light. Would highly recommend it for that purposes. As I said at the beginning of the video, that is what I use it for. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think. If you agree with me, if you think this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up. That would really help me a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.